Good morning. My word. Good morning. Almost afternoon. We still have a few minutes left in the morning, at least in the central time zone, we do. So how are you today? It is Monday, and I'm just telling you right now, like, my Monday has been insane. It's been so amazing and just really awesome. And I have to, of course, like, God is just so good, right? But He, as amazing as He is, He wants to work with us. And so when we do our part, it makes His goodness just like overflow. It's like the missing piece of the puzzle, because He is good in and of Himself all the time. But when we do our part and link arms with Him, like, that's when we get to live in it and see it and overflow it. And so I have a question for you this morning. As you're jumping on live, hashtag Live Squad. And if you are drinking from the saucer this morning, then like post a little coffee cup emoji or something like that in the comments. And if you're watching replay, hashtag replay, and do the same thing. If you are drinking from the saucer, meaning if you are living in the overflow and the overrun, and your days are exactly the way you create them and you intend for them, and you're in alignment with what the Father has for you in every moment, and you're walking that out, then drop a coffee cup down there in those comments. And if you're not, that's okay. If you're not, give me a hand raise emoji and say, like, I want to. Like, show me a hand down there in those comments. Say, I want to be living in that overflow. I want to be drinking from the saucer. I want to be in alignment with what the Father has for me and living each moment, each purpose in that alignment. Oh my gosh, guys, there's no other way to live. I mean, it's like, really, there's no other way to live. Do y'all remember when it's Christmas time, right? And so we are going to be buying some stocking stuffers for our kiddos. And we have a choice. We can buy like the little Santa Clauses and things like that are a knockoff chocolate brand. Or we can buy like a Hershey's chocolate brand, or like a good chocolate. Like, do you remember in your stocking when you realized that the chocolate you had gotten since you were little, the little knockoff chocolate brands of Santas and even Easter bunnies in your Easter baskets, do you remember the moment you realized, like, wow, this other chocolate's so much better? Like, I don't want to go back to this chocolate of whatever this little knockoff brand is. I want the Hershey's, or I want the Godiva, right? I want the Ghirardelli. Like, we want the good chocolate, right? We had a taste, and oh man, did we see that it was good. And we don't want to go back. And I'm going to tell you right now, Mama, if you taste, if you will step into and taste and see that the Lord is good, and that all He has for you is good and great, and that you have the ability to say, here I am, God, and I'm going to partner with you, and I'm going to take the action steps that you need me to take, and so that you will strengthen my hands and we can work together in this, you won't ever want to go back. You will always want the Hershey's or the Godiva or the Ghirardelli. You won't ever want that knockoff chocolate again. So hey, I know we have a lot of new faces here. My name is Brenna Stanford, and I am so happy to be here with you. I am the founder of Empowered Motherhood. I am the author of Just 2 Minutes Devotion for Busy Mamas, and I have something so amazing for you. Like, I absolutely love being able to drink from the saucer, and I want to help you drink from the saucer too. Right? That's my mission and my purpose, is to help you step into that empowerment and step into that alignment with the Lord and help you drink from the saucer. So last night, the Lord and I, we were talking, and we were getting ready to end out Thanksgiving break and step into this new season. And if you have been here with us for the last couple of weeks, you know that we had our No More Mom Brain free training inside of this group, and it was excellent. It was so much fun. We got to just really work through a couple of the steps, a couple of the ways that God helps like to align us with him and find that just emotional peace. And it was fabulous. I see a few of you joining, so hashtag Life Squad when you join. That way I can say, hey, I'm so happy to have you here. But this last weekend, we really just focused in on studying, and it wasn't this last, it was the weekend before. We had it up for like a week, y'all, and we had watch parties and all of the fun stuff, and it was really fabulous. And we got to learn some really awesome happy mom hacks, some of those quick tips, those mindset tools for you to be able to find some emotional stability, find that foundation, that firm foundation, and then like take back your days. Right? If you are not creating the days that God has designed for you to create and live in each moment, then mama, something's missing, and let's get it there. Like, let's get there together, okay? And so, if you were a part of that, then you got to hear the amazing announcement that we have our 7-week intensive opening up, and I wanted to let you know that we extended that deadline an entire week. So we have until Saturday the 5th to jump in on that and to be a part of that. And if you want to be able to drink from the saucer, drink your days and your moments from that overflow of living in alignment and on purpose and in purpose with the Father, like, link arms with me and let's go. There's no better way to do it than the 7-week intensive. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about what we have coming up with our 7-week intensive. But first, I just have to say, like, I was talking to the Lord last night, and I was praying, and we were just having this conversation about you because you were on my mind. You were on my mind all the time. When we were driving to Thanksgiving dinner, my husband's like, what are you thinking about? Because, like, he noticed that I wasn't really saying much. He could see the wheels turning. I'm like, I'm just thinking about these mamas and empowered motherhood. Like, I love them so much, and I've been hearing from them. I've been hearing their responses, and I'm like getting a feel for where they are. And like, I'm just like, the Lord is doing something. Like, he's doing something really awesome. And I can't wait to see what it is. And so then fast forward through all this time, like you're just on my mind. Like, I'm obsessed with you. Do you know that? I'm obsessed with you. I love you so much. The Father loves you so much. And he's poured what my little human vessel can fit into my heart for you. And I'm just telling, it's like, bursting. It's bursting. You are so loved. You are crazy, amazingly, outstanding, outlandishly loved, lavishly loved, right? You are loved. So just go ahead, if you're still with me, replay, live, drop it in the comments. I am loved. I'm lavishly loved. So when the Father and I were talking last night, and we were just thinking, like, Lord, like, I hear these needs. Like, I hear what's going on. But God, like, we need you. And there was a point where the Lord was really laying on my heart. It's like, when we are just like in this point of emotional turmoil and chaos, like, it is all we can do just to keep our nose above the water and breathe. Like, there was a point that was the mission of this group. And I just want to say, if you are at that point, like, we've got you, mama. You need, like, link arms with us. But in the same time, it's like this really amazing thing. And like, if you have multiple kids, then you have children who are like toddlers, and they're getting a little bigger, and they're getting into a little more stuff. And then you still have your babies who need you for these areas and these things. And the Bible says that our spiritual maturity, it mirrors that of a growing child. And so we start out as infants. And it's the same way, you guys. Here's the one thing, if I can tell you one thing today, it is that you do not have a spirit life and a physical life and a work life and a home life and a church life and a friend's life. Like, you have one life. You have one life. And your spirit life your emotions, your mind, your thoughts, your actions, your reactions, right? Your feelings, your triggers, every choice you make, it is all a part of your one life. No matter what area of life, it's all a part of your one life. And so we have this growth that has to happen in our life. And we have these moments where we feel like we're infants just trying to get a grasp, but just trying to get a firm foundation, just trying to get a footing on not living in chaos, right? But then we start to grow, and I just feel like a proud mama. As silly as that may sound, like I just feel like a proud mama, like a proud sister, watching and seeing you guys grow from like, I can't take it anymore. These kids are driving me crazy. Like, I just need them to get back in school. To, you know what? I love my kids and I love being with my kids, and we do laugh together and we do have fun and we do enjoy each other. But man, sometimes like I just need a little more. Like we're stepping into that next growth season, and I am so proud of you. And so I have a question for you as you step into this next growth season. What is it that you want to leave in 2020 and not bring into 2021 with you? If there is a thought, a belief, an emotion, if there is something about yourself that's causing you to choose, to make decisions that you want to leave in 2020 and not bring into 2021, what is it? I want to know, because guess what? We have plenty of time to work on that. And I am so thrilled because next week I'm going to get to link arms with some of you. There are limited spots. So make sure that you jump in and you get on this quick, because we are going to get to spend 7 weeks from, let me look at the dates up there, December 7th is when we're kicking off. December 7th through January 11th, 7 weeks. And we are going to get to assess and see where we really are. Like, what are the actual hangups? Do you guys know that there are so many times that something happens and it like triggers a thought, an emotion, a memory, and you like go off on this trigger, but the reality of what is actually bothering you, it's not that trigger. There's something else down there. And most of the time, we don't step into and we don't dive into figuring out what it is because we're like, I don't have time for that. But the truth is, it actually doesn't take that much time. It is this amazing process of just being real and honest with your reactions and your emotions. And you get to do it with somebody, right? We get to do this together. And I love the relationships that have been built so far in Empowered Motherhood. I love the fact that God is weaving us together to create this movement of moms who are creating the days their purpose to live and teaching our children to do the same. Right? Because the life that we have is what it is, right? It is what? How would you describe that? You might not have described it. I was about to say is amazing, is wonderful. That might not have been your reaction. So I'm curious, what is your reaction? The life that I'm living is what? And if it is anything less than amazing, wonderful, marvelous, then mama, let's do some work. Let's get it there. Let's link arms and let's take simple steps together to get it there. I am not here to say, hey, I'm going to change your life and you're going to start making $1 million every month and we're just going to like, whatever, right? Whatever. But the thing is, the life you are living is a result of the way that you are thinking. Therefore, when we work together and we work on the thoughts that you are thinking and we align them with what the Father has for you, then the life that you will be living will be different because your thoughts will be different. The minute you change your thought, you change your life. The minute you change your thought, you change your life. Have you guys ever heard of the 1 degree rule? Like when you're in the ocean or the air, you know, there's this 1 degree rule. When you're going a far distance, if you're off by even 1 degree, you can end up way off course. way off course. And so we don't even want to be 1 degree off. We want to be renewing our minds, and we want to be focusing and staying in alignment and learning these happy mom hacks so that we can live the life, create the days that we are purposed to live. We want to get out of our heads. Oh my gosh, how much time do you spend up here in your head? You're like, I'm overwhelming and exhausting myself just being in my head over this issue that is overwhelming and exhausting me. But if we can get out of our heads and we can set up specific methods, we can set up real, applicable, and practical steps in your day, and we're going to get to teach you real happy mom hacks that will take you further. And guess what, guys? Like, it's not a one and done. What I get to teach you is a renewal. You get to go through this and come out on the other side even better. And then you get to go through it again and come out on the other side even better. Like, it is constant and continuous. And once you learn this, you will get to apply this for the rest of your life. It's absolutely amazing. So we are going to get to assess like what it really is that's bothering us. We're going to get to assess and really look at the truth of what's going on. And those are going to be things like physical things of what our days look like and how they actually play out. They're going to be mental and emotional things of how do we feel during these days? What thoughts are we thinking? We're going to get to awaken ourselves to the reality that the normal we are living in is not the purpose that we are supposed to be living in. Right? We're going to get to awaken ourselves to really believe that. And we're going to get to spend more than 1 day doing that because it takes time. It takes time and energy and effort to get to move through that and to get to really understand and really become awake to the point that we won't step back. Right? To the point that we won't fall asleep again. We are going to get in alignment. Right? We're going to get in alignment. We're going to get to become aware. We are going to get to take actionable steps. Oh my gosh. We are going to get to learn and take each step and each moment today of the day together and link arms as an unstoppable force of women. And our families are going to be different. Our families are going to be different. I love my family. I love my family so much. I love my family of origin, the family I came from so much. But the family that I am creating, the legacy and the heritage, the family that I am creating is far different than my family of origin. And not because I do not love them, but because God awakened me. And He taught me to assess and align and become aware and then realign and reassess and take these action steps and really abide in who He is and what He has for me. And it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. And I want the same thing for you. I want the same thing for you. So I'm going to be checking these comments and I'm going to be checking the replays, and I want to know what it is in 2020 that you want to leave in 2020 and not carry into 2021. I'm tired of being the same person year after year. There was a point in time where it was like the Lord had done a lot in me, and then I plateaued and I was the same. And it was like the same year after year. And there's a steadiness and a constant to that. But there is also growth that is steady and constant, right? And the Lord just revealed in me in those moments of let's not be the same. Let's keep going. And I am blown away by what He has done over the last few years. And it's just keeping on and keeping on. And you can have it too. Goals aren't unrealistic. Resolutions that we make every year and we never keep to ourselves, you can keep it, right? You can keep it. You can step into the amazing empowered mom that you are created to be, the amazing empowered woman that you are created to be, the amazing empowered leader that you are created to be, the amazing empowered servant that you are created to be, the amazing empowered daughter that you are created to be. You have so much potential inside of you. And I want to read you this one quote from the devotion that I read this morning, because it jabbed me in the heart. Okay. And so I want to know if it does you too. This is from the Bible app plan, Walking in Your Purpose and Assignment with Focus. This says, we don't always want to find out how strong we really are. Many times we would rather just know that we have untapped strength and not actually use it. Do you know that you have untapped strength? Most of us are going to say, yeah, we know that. Yeah. God is in us. Who can be against us? We are the head and not the tail. But our lives don't reflect that because we don't really believe it. And we find ourselves in these moments of we would rather just know that we have untapped potential, untapped strength, and not actually use it, not actually find out how strong we are. Well, I'm telling you, today is your day. This is your time. Find out how strong you are, mama. We are entering into a season of amazing expectations. And if you do not have crazy, insanely high expectations, then let's get to work, right? Let's get to work. Because our God, it is who He is, that He is so awesome. And if you're not expecting Him to show off in your everyday, then I'm not sure if you're linked arms with Him, and taking the steps. The study that He has had us in, which is so crazy cool, there have just been scriptures like Nehemiah 6:9 that says, strengthen my hands. Now I pray, strengthen my hands. Courtney, yes, you're expecting Him to show up. That's right. Zechariah 8:8 says, let your hands be strong so that the temple may be built. Haggai 2:4 says, be strong and work, for I am with you. Be strong and work, for I am with you. So we know that God is with us. Let's get to work. Let's link arms. Let's enter into the 7-week intensive that starts in 1 week, right? On December 7th. Let's enter into this together and let's really live the moments and the days that He has for us. Let's be drinking from that overflow, drinking from that saucer every day, every moment. And knowing that we get to work with Him. I saw a post that it was saying God can do it like that. God can do it like that. Yes, God can snap His fingers and move mountains. He can speak and bring an entire universe into existence. God can, but He chose to partner with you and me and all of us. He chose to say, Courtney, you speak. You tell that mountain to move. And then when the minute you speak, God takes that mountain, that God inside of you, and moves it. He says, you step out on the water. He says, you come to me. He says, you go serve those people. You lay your hands on the sick and heal them. He says, you take the step, you entrust me, you invest in yourself, you do, and watch me move. God wants to work with us, and I can't get that. I just can't get over that, and I won't ever get over that. That's the life that we get to live, is with our God, with our Father, with our Savior, with our Holy Spirit. And now we get to do it together, because you were never created to do any of this alone. God created us to have Him and have each other. He says, you take care of the widow and the poor. Right? We get to do this together. And so I'm so excited to announce and invite you to join me that we have extended the deadline for a 7-week intensive that we are going. The deadline to sign up is December 5th. So that's Saturday, December 5th, that's Saturday. And then on Monday, December 7th through January 11th, we are going to get to work together. You are going to get group sessions, group training. You're going to get to be a part of a group that is just for the small group working together. We get to really process and step through and like hold each other accountable. You guys know like the people that you have in your life that just pat you on the back and tell you it's okay. And then you have the people in your life that give you a big hug, but as they're giving you a big hug, they scoop you up and set you on your feet, say now walk, right? We get to be the now walk group. So I cannot wait to do that. You can find that at brennastanford.us/workwithbrenna, and I will pop that in the comments down here. And we are gonna get to do this. Don't forget, the cutoff for the signups is December 5th. So make sure that you are jumping in and getting this thing done, because you do not want to miss out on this. Like, you do not want to be the same. Do you really want to be exactly where you are next year? And even if you love where you are, remember, we're always called to grow. We're always called to change. We're always called to shift and to remain consistent in that flow with Him. So let's do it together, Mama, and I will see you on the other side.